Hello here and trading. Welcome to Trading Within the Box on March 9th. A very special happy birthday to somebody that we know very well. And first of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, or sell any stocks, forex, futures, or any equities, any options, or anything in the stock market. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they will help you there. Okay, so let's get started here. Sorry, I've been out for a little while here, so we're back into the swing of things here. Okay, so let's go over to the S&P 500 first of all, right here. This is on a Saturday night here. We're going to go over the weekend here, and we're going to try to decipher what's going on here. So now, look at the S&P 500 for a second here. I want to show you something on the weekly chart. Okay, let's go over the weekly chart because we want to decipher. And we have a doji at that weekly chart all the way up. Look at 509.30. Okay, now look at 509.30 right there. Okay, let's go to a smaller ink here. Okay, so see it right there. Okay, 509.30. We hit it. We get the doji. Now let's see what's going to happen here. If we're going to come back now, we got the moving average. Now this has been, look at this bull run here on this weekly chart here. Okay. So that's something that you got to understand, this moving average right here, how we've been holding it on the weekly chart for this while, all this time. Okay, so we get the doji, we get a little bit of a sell profit in here. Let's see if we're going to pull back. Now let's look at the daily chart on the S&P 500 because it's going to be all about what's going to happen with the big markets and the tech, the big tech. Now as you watch this over here, on the daily chart, okay, let's stretch her out and see how we hit it, and boom, and we got that little sell area. Now we got the sell area as we went into the 517.81 area, okay? So we get, of course, we're going to sell into it. We got the resistance right there. We got the support now. Now look at the support area right there, okay? We got the support right there at that moving average. So let's say we hit it, we come back, and let's see if they buy and they retest it again. Let's see what happens at that level. Now, that's an important level there, okay? So let's go over to the XLF, and that is the bank basket. And the bank basket, what happens with the bank basket, you'll see the, as you go up into the spot right here, okay? You see that spot. Now, you're way up there. You're way up there into that 4089 area. You're approaching that spot. Now look at as you look at here, look at the moving average. Look at the doji right there, okay, on a daily chart. Look at the volume. You still have more buyers than sellers here on the banks. Okay, let's go over the 2-hour chart. And then we look at the 2-hour chart, and that will always also tell us what's going on here too. So we're holding the line. We're holding up and above, okay? We get up and above, and now we're holding, okay? On the 2-hour chart, we have a little more sellers than buyers here, but we're holding the line. On the daily chart, the larger time frames dictate to the smaller time frames. So that's something that you always have to keep an eye on. Let's look at the SMH. Look at SMH here. SMH, okay? So we got, now look at the selling coming into the SMH here, okay? Look at the sell signal. That doesn't mean anything that it can't come back to here, right in that spot, and then boom, and then we come back up, and then we test this spot right here. Now, we do have a lot of volume here of profits taking, okay? So let's see on a weekly chart right here, weekly, we get the spindle, okay? We get the spindle. So we could get a little bit of a pullback here on SMH with the semiconductors, okay? So we're very far away from the moving average here also, keep in mind. Look where you are, okay? Look how far away you are from here. So it could come back to that, okay? That's very possible in that spot. Now let's look at the IWM, because IWM on a weekly chart, okay, are the speculators. And what are they doing, okay? Now the speculators, we got another doji. So we have an indecision market right here, all the way at the top, okay? We have selling on a daily chart on the IWM, okay? We banged into the resistance area. We were teething up into that spot, and we banged into it, we sold off, okay? We get higher selling volume coming into that spot, okay? We have a lot of stocks to go over here, so we're 5 minutes in here, and let's start with the old world Microsoft, okay, as we always do. Okay, now Microsoft, let's look at a weekly chart. Go over to weekly, and what does it tell you? Sorry about that, I just stretched her out too far. Just give me 1 second. Now look at the weekly chart on Microsoft as we hold the line on the 9-day moving average on the weekly chart here. We do have a little more selling volume here, okay, this week, okay, as we were holding here. So let's see if we're going to get a pullback here, okay. So we have, as we go into the volume analysis here, okay, now this week 103.58 million shares. Now we're coming into 164 million shares, okay? That's why it stopped at this area, okay? Right here. Because look at this right here and then look at this right there, okay? Look at that. Now, that holds right there, okay? What do we have going on here? Trading within the box, we have the sideways consolidation here, okay? So remember that. Remember all about that, what I said, okay? As you look at and keep giving the analysis on what's going to happen with Microsoft here. Now, with Microsoft, we could have, let's look at the line chart on the daily chart here. Now, we could have, now I'm not saying this for sure, but we could have a W retest, W right here. Now, it could stop here and go up, or it could come back a little bit, and then we can get one of those, and then we'll have a trading within the box situation here, okay? Back up to this area, okay? So that's very possible on Microsoft. Now, on Microsoft, let's go back to the candlesticks here, and as you look at it, you could be turning the line here, could be getting one of these, okay, and then crossing up, and then we get the W, and then boom, okay? It's very possible that we could get this situation like this, okay, right there, and then head back right up entirely. And then at that point, we'll be trading within the box. Look at this, okay, again. And markets move 65% sideways anyway, so you have to understand that too. So don't be surprised if we go sideways here for a little bit. Now Apple, look at the gap downs, okay? Now on Apple, look how we gap down and we're giving it up here, okay? So 170.73 we hold out at this, we close out at this week, okay? Now on the daily chart, we're still below the moving average here. Now look at what's happening here, okay? What's happening? Look at the 20-day moving average as we're coming down and we're coming down, okay? Now we're still below the action, so that means that the institutions are not supporting this right now, okay? They're not supporting it. We could get this, we could get a pullback, and then it fails here, and then we start going down again, or holding in this area, and then we get trading within the box there. Okay, how we'll know is we're just going to keep watching, okay? We're just going to keep watching. Let's go over to the 2-hour chart on Apple, and on Apple 2-hour chart, we're holding the line. Now we get up and above the moving average on the 2-hour chart here, and then we slam into the resistance. Let's see what's going to happen here. If we're going to start heading up, we're getting engulfing here, okay? We get this, we come up, we get this, we come up, we get this kind of situation, and then we come up to this area again. And we'll see if we're going to pass that. And that's something that we're going to have to see. Right now we have pressure to the downside. You see it? Right there, okay? We have a little selling going into the weekend there on Apple, okay? So that, let's look at the 45-minute chart as we always do, because we want to see are there more buyers than sellers. Now, right now, other than going into the weekend and pulling back and giving up the profits, and they took their profits over the weekend here. So see what happened here. Came back and they gave it all up right there, okay? Now, that doesn't mean anything. We could come back and then hold the line, hold the support area, which is right here, and then start heading back up on Apple up to this point, okay? Let's see what happens, okay? We're looking for a trade here only, okay, on Apple. It's not anything that we're looking for long-term or anything right here. So we're just looking, we're below the action right now. So we have more sellers on the daily chart when we have buyers, okay? We have a lot more people selling here, okay? Now on Amazon, let's look at Amazon here. Okay, Amazon, look at the situation here, okay? Now, you're up into this area, and let's go to weekly chart. Now, on the weekly chart, we slammed right into the action, right into the resistance level at 178, almost 178 here. Now the high was 180.14 we tagged, okay? So now we're 175.35. Now on you're all the way up there, so we got to get a pullback here on Amazon. So that's what we're looking for. But we're holding the line on the daily chart. Now look at this as you go along here. Look at this, okay? You could be coming back one of these, you get a sideways move, and then boom, we break up or we break down, okay? Now, we don't know for sure which way we're going to break, okay? We don't know what sure. We can get that point, and then we just get this, and we'll get one of these, and then we'll start heading down, okay? That could very well happen, too, so don't be surprised if that's what happens on Amazon. Now, let's go to a small time frame. Let's go to the 2-hour chart, and let's really see what's happening here. And right now, we have a mixed bag. We have more sellers right now than we have buyers going into this weekend here. But remember, you do have support right in this spot. You have support right here, right in this spot right here. So you could have trading within the box here. Look at this. Okay, you could have that situation going on too, okay, on Amazon. So we're in a little bit of limbo. Look at the weekly chart, and look at how we just slammed right into that spot, okay? Okay, let's go over to NVIDIA, and the locomotive, and NVIDIA, look at this. I mean, now this is a locomotive stock, okay, right? So I have the increasing volume, okay? And look at this bull market run on NVIDIA. Now this is week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks already, okay? 9 weeks. And look at that, okay, right in there. Okay, so just look at that. Look at this bull run, and then look at the incredible volume right there, okay? Now, you can get an embedded stochastic and we just keep going up, okay? Because we have a lot of volume right now exchange, okay? So we could get a little bit of a pullback, a small pullback. I'm not saying that, we're going to get, but we do have, look at the daily chart and look at the profit taking, okay? Look at the profit taking there, right there in that spot, okay? Look at this right there, okay? And look at that monster right there, okay? So that's what, when we're looking at NVIDIA, we go to a 2-hour chart and we see a little bit of a breakdown, okay? Okay, we see a breakdown, not saying that we're going to hit support in this spot right here. Okay, so right in that area, we're right at support right now. So let's see if it holds the line with the support level, and then we come back down and we start heading back up. You get one of these, and then we start going back up. Now, we want to see what the volumes would be like. Look at the volume as we were going up. Okay, we had the sideways consolidation. We had a little bit of profit taking, more buyers. Now look at the sellers coming in. For now, remember, I'm not saying that this is a pullback in a big way or anything like that. This could just be a drift back, okay? Look at 45-minute chart, and we obviously have more sellers right now going into the weekend on NVIDIA, okay? Now, I'm only saying that we could go back to support, and then you have an exchange of money here and then start heading back up. Now, they'll probably go back to retest that spot at one point, okay? Goldman Sachs, let's go over to Goldman. And Goldman's the leader of the banking industry. And look at this. Okay, so now with Goldman, let's break this down to a weekly chart here, because on Goldman, we have a lot of spindles here, okay? And what do we actually have here? As you look at it, we have a lot of a sideways consolidation. Okay, big sideways consolidation with this possibly heading back down, and then we got a little move to the downside. We have more sellers right now than we have buyers, okay, on the weekly chart. Let's go over to daily. On the daily chart on Goldman Sachs, look at this, okay? Look at this. Now, look at this coming back, pulling back. Now, look at the tweezers here, okay? Look at this. As you go, you got the tweezers, and you got the reversal candlestick. Now you got a lot here, right, coming back, okay, pulling back here. So let's see what they're going to do. This is a little bit of coming up, boom, taking a profit, coming up, taking a profit, okay? Selling off, not selling off, okay? So they could hold the line here. They could hold the line here with Goldman Sachs. That's something that you're gonna want to continue to watch Goldman Sachs. HD, Home Depot, Let's go over to Home Depot. We've got about 10 minutes left here. And we're pulling back on Home, okay? Home Depot. Now, look at Home Depot with the candlestick on the weekly chart, okay? Now, coming back, we come up. Now, it's not a surprise that they took the profit right there. We could have a little breakout failure here, okay, right up in this spot on a weekly and then pull back to this spot right here, okay? So it's very possible. How, of course, you'll know that? You go to the small time frames and you'll look, and now we're holding support right now, okay? Let's see if we break this level and go down to the 365 inch. If not, we hold in this 373 range, okay? Let's see. Now, when you go to the 2-hour chart, what is it telling you? Okay, we do, as we're got this little drift back, right? We're below the moving average for a trade, right? So we're either waiting or we're shorting. So if you're experienced and you're we're short here, and you're going to take profit here. Now, when you're coming back here, you got more sellers here, more sellers here. You have a mixed bag here, and you have more sellers here. Now, let's see if they cover here. Let's see if what the volume's going to tell us as we kick back into possibly getting the bounce here on Home Depot, okay? Now, look at GDX. Now, GDX, let me tell you something about the gold market now with gold, okay? So with the GDX, we came back and they covered, right? Big. Okay, with gold, you don't get in fast, you're not getting in, okay? It's something that once it starts taking off, it takes off, okay? So look at it taking off there. Now we're drifting up into here. We need to come back, okay? We need to come back to this spot right here, okay? As you come back to go to the weekly chart on GDX, look at this. Look at this, okay? So we got increasing volume on the way up here, okay? And you have massive buying off of that area, okay? When you go to the 2-hour chart, you want to see right now, what are you seeing? This is for trade only, remember. You came up big, right? You came sideways, boom. Sideways, you got engulfing, boom. Sideways, engulfing. Now you got a sideways again, okay? But what do you have down here? You have more sellers right at this point than buyers. So let's see if we're going to pull back a little bit. Let's see if we're going to fill that gap in. We're going to see if we're going to fill it in. So it's something we have to wait and see. It's not something that you can predict. You just have to keep waiting and seeing. Now, UUP with the dollar, remember we were going over that and how we were teething up. And you knew at one point I told you it was going to break below. Okay, so of course with the gold going up, you're gonna break down. Okay, TLT with the 20-day moving average, with the 20-year Treasury bond. Okay, what do you have going? Watch the line chart now. Okay, look at the W's. Look at the retest W's there. Okay, one here, one there, and let's see what happens there. Now you're going into the spot where you sold off right there. Okay, so you got that area. So that's something that you have to look at and always know where you are with resistance and support. Okay, so as you're here, you're going into this gap right here. They're pulling into some profit taking here. Okay, right on the 2-hour chart, you can see it right here. Now we have a sideways consolidation with more buyers than sellers here on the 2-hour chart here. Okay, look at the buyers. Look at the buyers. Okay, right here it's tapering off. But what do you have going on here? Trading within the box. Okay, I'm sorry, that box stinks. Let's do it again. And you have trading with a box right there, okay? That's your support area, and that's your resistance for now, okay? Always remember, this is a market that is for now, okay? Because we don't know what's down the road here, okay? Especially in 2024. We got a lot going on here, okay, this year. Tesla, you're at support with more sellers than buyers here, okay, on a 2-hour chart. And then let's go over to, now we'll go over to the line chart and want to see what's going on in the daily chart. Now, we have a lot of pressure with the selling here. We have more sellers than buyers. But we did come to this spot right here where we had support on Tesla, okay? So you could get this kind of thing, and let's see if it holds. Now, if it doesn't hold and it breaks down, we're going lower, okay? So that's something that I want to check out the weekly chart always, and let's see what's going on. Now, look at that breakdown, okay? So now what you could get going on here is you had the breakdown. Let's see if we continue this breakdown, okay? down into this spot right here, okay? You could get it, and then you'll start teething up, and then you have a moving average on the weekly that'll catch up, and then let's see if it fails right there. So you could always get these bounce backs, these little bounce backs as you're shorting, okay? You see how when you were shorting, you get a bounce back, okay? See how you bounce back here, and you dropped, and then boom, you came into this spot, and then you bounced back, okay? Same thing could happen here, where you come up to this spot right here, and then boom, you're coming back down again, okay, on Tesla. So that's what's going on with Tesla. Let's go over to Caterpillar really quick. On Caterpillar, we know what we always understand here. With Caterpillar, we get up and above the resistance level on that 328.57 was a crucial spot. We're at 339.19 now. Now, no market goes straight up always unless you have, a super bull market. But right here, you're up into the resistance area, and you have more sellers right now than buyers just at this point. And on the 2-hour chart, you're holding the support line, okay? Let's go over to Costco. And Costco, there was a big profit taking, okay? Huge profit taking on Friday, okay? So look at this. Look how you come down right into the spot. So you gap down massively, okay? Because you had a high here of 787.08. You're at 725.56. Now, when you get, this is a bull market run on Costco previously, okay? Look at this, how you're just holding, and you're just holding that 9-day moving average. Now, you're breaking down here, okay? Let's see what happens, how far you're going to break down. You have support right in that spot, right there. You have a lot of volume right in that spot right there. Let's say they don't go straight down. Let's see what's going to happen here if we get one of those M formations on Costco, okay? Let's go over to Duke Energy. Duke Energy, we got right here. And Duke Energy, we had the massive engulfing on March 4th. Okay, with the massive. But as you're coming up, look how you're dying on the vine here. Look how you're dying on the vine here with volume going down right there. Right in that spot. So you have a void. See the void? So you're coming up. You go into this sell area right here. Okay. Let's see if we're going to pull back to the moving averages right there, okay, on Duke Energy, okay. We'll go over to the Dominion Energy Incorporated here. And right here you have a reversal candlestick on a daily chart, okay. You have a reversal candlestick right there, okay. So that's something. Then you have a doji right after it, okay. So you got to just be careful there right in that spot, okay. On Dominion, okay. On now Dominion, you can pull back here. Look at the 2-hour chart really quick here, okay. See what's happening. You're holding the moving average right in that spot. Holding moving average right there. See it right there when you have this going on right there, okay. So look at Dominion Energy and see if we're going to hold here. Look at the line chart on the 2-hour chart and see that we possibly could be getting just like a little bit of a retest here. They're going up again. So that's something that we're going to have to continue to watch. We'll go more deeply in it after, this week to see what the market's actually going to do. But, of course, you're going to take profits right into that spot. That's exactly what they did. And that's what you have to do. You have to just follow them, what they're doing. They take profits. You take profits, okay? Right there, okay? Right in that spot right there, okay? And Procter & Gamble, look how you got the crossover right here, okay? You got the crossover, and you have a spindle candlestick, okay? And you want to see on the small time frame, are they actually buying this? And let's go check it out. So we're holding the line. Look at the two tweezers right here. When you get two tweezers, usually going up. Okay, let's see if we can break this area. We did have a little more seller at the end of the day here than we had buyer taking profit going into that weekend. Okay, let's look at, as we're going over all these stocks that we've been watching. Let's go over to McDonald's and look at McDonald's now. Okay, let's see if McDonald's is going to hold the line here for a W formation. Okay, let's see, because that's what we're waiting for here. Let's see if we're going to get this, and then we're going to start heading back up again. Or do we get this kind of thing, and then we get this, and we start breaking down to this level here? Because that's something that, how you know, obviously go over to the small time frame. Let's go to a 45-minute chart and see. Okay. Now it broke down, but then you start buying a little bit, then the profit taking over the weekend. Look at the 2-hour chart here. See that? See that? How they were buying here and the increasing of buying going into the weekend here. Okay. So that's why you always got to look at the different time frames. Last one, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, you got, let's look at the line chart. And of course, where are you? Okay. You're at support right there. You're at support. So you could have a trading within the box here going on. You could have a trading within the box. Always remember. Let's go to the candlesticks on Coca-Cola and look at this. Okay. See how you're on the bottom here. Let's see if we start getting a trend on the way up. See how on the 2-hour chart, how you followed it down with lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. See that? Lower. Okay. And you got a channel going down. See that? So you got to want to see if you can start breaking up and you start going up. Okay. And get an embedded stochastic too this way. Okay. So, but right as you were coming down, obviously you had more sellers than buyers. You have a little more covering at this point. So let's see. Okay. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, share my channel. If you like the content, I hope it helps everybody here. And have a wonderful weekend and a great time with your family.